Lisa Richmond. I'm Lisa Richmond, and this is Tarot Tuesday. I come on every Tuesday and do an intuitive reading for a general reading for the public. And I use my intuitive connection, either mediumship or just like intuition with spirit, alongside tarot and oracle cards. So thank you for joining us this week, and let's jump right in. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and I'm going to pull a card of general clarity for the collective. What do we need to know right now? What is the energy right now, Spirit, that is guiding? Okay, I have two. I have chaos and conflict and all that glitters. Oh, that's nice. No, but we'll get into it for a sec. So chaos and conflict comes with the number 33. Another thing about these beautiful cards is that they do have numbers with them. And so if 33 has come up for you, threes in collections of threes at all has come up for you, this can be a clarifier card for you. And then all that glitters, which is number 16. 6 plus 1 is 7, whether it's 16 or the number 7. And we'll go into the details of these two cards. So chaos and conflict obviously comes as an indicator of anything that is in kind of disalignment. But what, like in the imagery too, it's like little bits are getting shattered off, right? So that you can see the true self underneath. So things that might have a bit of a shell or an overlay is kind of breaking down to its original form. It's a little bit like the tarot card that is the Tower. So what I'm really getting with this is that it's not about like fearing like that chaos is going to be in your life. It's like breaking things down to its original form so that you can see it for what it is. So sometimes that takes a lot of gritty work. Sometimes that takes a lot of investigating down to the core to see what something is all about. But if you're experiencing something in your life that feels like it is not harmonious or it is not in alignment, it is in disalignment from what your trajectory is and what your natural vibration is, maybe take a step back and observe it for what's happening. Now, you can either choose to engage in it because you need to play something out within it, or you can observe it and see, how is this affecting me? How is this affecting others? Do I need to be involved in this? Or do I need to just let this play out for what it is? I really feel like there's something actually written in here that is a message for the collective. So that might resonate with you, because there's something beyond that is somebody needs to hear. Okay. Essential meaning: disarray, being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. Okay, so that's what it is. Sometimes, like the Tower card, things have to crumble, things have to break down in order for it to have order. Okay, so like if a situation just gets so out of control, you know, like sometimes you're like, okay, everything needs to stop in order for us to start again. Let's just start this over again. Okay, so what in your life feels like you can almost sit back and watch it and be like, okay, this needs to stop. I'm just starting again, right? I'm just doing this again. Like, or I'm going to let this play out. And then I'm going to become involved in this when order is here. So you get to choose if you want to engage in something, right? And if you want to disengage because there's chaos or there's conflict, or if you're experiencing something that is so polar, right? Like two sides of the coin makes the whole. But if you don't like align with this side of it, you can hang out until the wholeness can show up, and then you can engage again. So really be aware of if there's conflict or disarray, or if something's like crumbling down to its like original form, and then you want to take part in it, then because I really feel like this might have to do with, okay, this is what I'm getting. So again, you might not all align with this, but this is for somebody. if there's tension or chaos within an environment, whether it's like your family or a family dynamic, or if there's some kind of chaos within, like in your home or your extended family, I'm really getting that you are not going to jump in when the chaos is in the same energy in which it was created in. Whether or not you come in with a new energy and try to fix it when it's still in the energy that it was created in, nothing's going to happen. So even if you've had exchange of words, or you're in it and somebody's like about you and you're so vamped up and you're like, words have been said, how can I forget it? I need to get back there. I'm completely leaving it. Just almost like disengage, remove yourself, and like let the whole thing go down. It's like trying to get in the middle of a cat fight, literally. Like you're going to get scratched. Like it is so heated. So the best thing for you to do in this, especially for healing, is step back to observe. Because what you observe from a place of not being in it and not being heated, there's a lot of learning. There's a lot of learning that you can integrate into your own self so that you can take with you and be like, okay, I'm going to do my own healing here. I'm going to observe. I'm going to step away, even if I've been hurt, even if somebody's waiting for a response. Red zone is a no-go zone for me. Reevaluate, realign yourself, and then re-engage when the situation is out of red zone. Okay? All that glitters is interesting because it's interesting that they came out together, because this is so much like the grass is greener mentality. Like, oh, I see a shiny new beginning. Oh, I want to jump ship. I'm going to go over here because the way they do it is so shiny, right? That if I just do that, they made a ton of money doing that, so I'm going to do that. The reason why this is coming out is like when there's conflict and there's kind of that disalignment of the whole self, it can be driven by things that seem like, I want to say that glitter, but is actually like not in alignment with you. Okay. So if it glitters and it seems like, oh, I have to change who I am, or I have to alter my state of existing just because I want to live life like them, it's not going to work. Like, it's not. When you get in alignment, when you step out and readjust, then the thing that glitters can actually adjust too. And then whatever you're doing that's authentic to you will start to manifest within your life. So if you're, let's say you're looking for financial gain, that's a lot of like what glitters, right? You're looking for financial gain. You're not going to get it in a mentality that's outside of your highest good or your vibrational alignment. So really what these two cards are telling me is that you don't have to be somebody else. You don't have to engage in activities that isn't really truly you in order for you to reach this like goal, this goal put in place that you believe is where you need to be. Really, all of that is outside of yourself. That causes conflict with yourself, with others, into something that is put this projection of something that's not even yours in the first place. Okay? So really see how this integrates into your life. What is it that's showing up that you feel is driving you towards something, but in the same time is bringing you out of alignment? Right? If somebody did something and it worked for them, great. How can you, it's not about the end result. It's about how can you bring yourself into focus first? And then with that, then the path opens up so that you can step forward and seek what is available to you when you're doing what is right for you. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a tarot card or two to see how this can kind of pull these two together. Okay, these all jumped onto the floor. And it's interesting because there's a difference between jumpers and cards that, like 5 of them that flip onto the floor. I just want to kind of configure the energy in these cards. Please, Spirit, allow these cards to show any clarity through these today, through the message today, to help us see what this message brings for us. Okay, 4 of Wands, celebration. Page of Swords, coming up with new creative ideas on how to do it yourself. I love that. 4 of Cups. Okay, so 2 fours. Okay, so 4 show up for you as well. So the 4 of Wands is like a celebration. Lots of times it can signify like a marriage or a coming together, or a big like collective coming together. So this is interesting because when I think of chaos and conflict in families, lots of times it's with like family functions that come together. But the 4 of Wands doesn't necessarily have that chaos energy. It just indicates like a coming together. Okay, so I like this because this can be like, let's say you have something like a big family function that's coming together, or a big like get together, reunion or something like that, where normally you would go and you'd have to alter your state of being, or you would have to present yourself in a way that's that's draining of your energy. How can you show up in your truest authentic self and be like, no, I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to pretend I'm anything I'm not. I'm not going to be involved in the gossip and all of that, because that's not who I am. So I can show up and have a completely different experience than what it normally is. And this doesn't have to be like just a wedding. Like this could be like I show up to an event, or I can show up to like work, or I can show up to the dinner table at dinner time with my family and be able to not engage in the regular routine of either gossip or complaining or whatever. And it's like, I'm going to celebrate this because like this no longer drives me, right? I love the Page of Swords here because it's like the thought process, right? Swords are so much of our thought process. It's a thought process of coming up with something new, right? Like, coming up with something new other than this. How are you going to proceed in authenticity? Because it's like, I'm going to learn something new. I'm going to put together the knowledge that I've learned, and I'm going to integrate it into this so that I no longer take part in this, right? It's like out with the old. In the 4 of Cups, I like this because traditionally the 4 of Cups can be like boredom, or feeling kind of like, but like same old, right? And it's like the same old energy of showing up, same old kind of karmic, same type of environment, same, do you want to be a part of it? Is that what you want to interact with? Chances are not. How can you think outside the box? How can you think of something new that aligns with you, and like create your own party, invite your own friends, like say, you know what? I'm doing this my own way, and that's how it's going to be done. And then all that glitters isn't something outside of yourself. It is you, right? So like what this really shows me as a whole is that there is a situation that no longer works for you. And you can choose to just engage with it over and over again. You can sit outside of it and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we have to do this again. Or you can reinvent yourself. You can create your own gold mine, reinvent it, and then it's a party. It's a party for you, whether it's just sitting there and being like, I'm so proud of myself to sit here and not be engaged in this anymore. So I really feel like this is a beautiful reading to say that you get to be in charge of what you want to be in charge of, and it's really disengaging. And there's so much of this energy coming up right now. It's not even funny. Like, how many people I've talked to, clients that I've worked with, who are on this beautiful trajectory in life where they're raising their frequency, they're living in a higher consciousness. And by doing that, they're really disengaging from the density that was around them, the old paradigm, the old things that they used to do, that old programming. Okay, that's what this is all like. You're moving out of it. Okay, and then to leave you off, I'm going to pull one card from the Blue Angel Oracle because it's so beautiful and I love this deck so much. The imagery is unbelievable. These ones jumped out. Okay, so I have sadness. Sadness, it says sadness, but it's like, it's not like you're sitting there in the sadness necessarily of it, because this is a love card. Okay, so this is about loving yourself and letting go of the things, again, that aren't in alignment so that you can put yourself first. This is a love card, but a love of like your own integrity, and maybe saying like, I'm going to illuminate the things in my life that I'm letting go of. And that can be a door closing. That can be a goodbye, something that is literally not in alignment with you, and you're saying goodbye to it. And then the pathways of light, which is unbelievable, because I feel like that number is 34, and it's, well, whether or not 34 has come up for you, I really feel like 34 is showing up. Another 7, 4 plus 3 is 7, another 7 card. Pathways of light. Now, I feel like this is like a perception card. It's like when you do this and all of this realignment and all of this, like taking this energy and moving it forward, the pathway of light is guiding you into your new paradigm. It's not that like all that glitters, the grass is greener on the other side, you know, like I want what they want. It's realigning yourself so that your golden pathway shows up. There's words in here for somebody, so I need to read that real quick. Okay, so first, the 21 of the sadness is, there may be some sadness at present, but this is also a sacred time. Okay, so when we are letting go of a lot of things that we're used to, it can be uncomfortable, right? Like we can have, it's like that breakup, okay? It's like that breakup that happens that you know with certainty is for your greatest good. It might be the 3rd or 4th time you've done it. And then your mind reminds you afterwards of all the great times you had, and then it's, you know, Sunday afternoon and you usually get together and watch a movie and grab a tea or something like that, and it's that time that normally might have been a good time, and that seems to be all you remember. But you have to remember that you're choosing yourself first. So there might be sadness, and let it move through you, but letting go of anything can be accompanied by sadness. But this is sacred because it's you choosing you. It's love for self that's moving you forward. Okay, and then 34, this might be a bit of a breakup. This might be a bit of a breakup reading, and not necessarily just a love relationship, but like I'm going to break up in the relationships that's no longer serving me, and I'm really choosing myself. Like you've held on to the relationships or situations as long as you possibly can, and now it's letting go, and those breakups can be really hard. Okay, 34. Divine dimensions. Life holds many hidden dimensions, pathways of light that lead to other worlds and realities, into your highest frequency, right? They're inside of you and can be accessed through space between your thoughts. When your mind is calm, you can enter this place, a place that words cannot describe and your mind cannot contain. It is the multi-dimensional consciousness, awareness of your soul, the real you, beyond your earthly limitations. So I love this because this is all enlightenment, right? This is like getting out of your own way and the thoughts that lead you back into the, oh, but like, I really loved having them around, or I really love doing this. I'm really going to miss this. And all of a sudden, did I do the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I a bad person? Like all these limiting thoughts. It's like, once you get used to it and allow yourself to experience the love and go through the process of releasing, then you can have this golden pathway show up for you. So I'm really curious to see how this resonates with people, because I feel like it does in multiple different ways. And just know that you're not alone. You're never alone, ever. Okay? And if you're choosing you, because the toxicity or even just the misalignment of another situation or person no longer serves you, and you're choosing you, that's your path. That's your pathway to light. That is your ascension into that higher level consciousness, and you will always be rewarded, I promise. So that is your reading for this week. I hope it aligns. And if you know somebody that this really you feel would help, please share it. Like, subscribe, and it really helps my channel and helps me reach more people. Okay, so I'd like to thank my guides, and I'd like to thank the spirits that came in today and helping bring these messages through. So if you're feeling this at all, I'm sending you so much love from my heart to yours. Until next week, take care. Lots of love.